Welcome, lovers of terror and intrigue. Today, we delve into the dark world of Candyman, where ancient secrets and hidden betrayals are just the beginning of an exciting journey. Let's begin this chilling ride. The story begins in the Cabrini Green neighborhood in Chicago, known for its urban myths and legends, including that of Candyman. We meet Anthony McCoy, a visual artist who lives with his girlfriend Brianna Cartwright in a luxurious apartment in the former Cabrini Green area. Anthony is struggling with a creative crisis and is seeking inspiration for his next art project. During a party, Anthony meets William Burke, a former resident of Cabrini Green, who reveals the true story behind Candyman. Burke reveals that Candyman was actually a real man, Daniel Robitaille, a talented black artist who was brutally murdered for falling in love with a white woman in the 1800s. Robitaille was tortured, had his hand cut off, and was smeared with honey, attracting bees that eventually killed him. The legend of Candyman persists in the community, and Burke mentions that Candyman appears when his name is mentioned 5 times in front of a mirror. Anthony, diving into the story, becomes obsessed and decides to use it as the theme for his next art exhibition. After investigating the legend of Candyman and exploring the abandoned remnants of Cabrini Green, Anthony discovers a mirror in an old apartment used in rituals related to Candyman. This experience triggers a series of supernatural events that affect his life and those around him. His obsession with the legend consumes him, affecting his relationship with Brianna due to his erratic behavior, and he experiences disturbing hallucinations and visions. During this segment, Anthony meets William Burke again, who reveals more details about Candyman's history and his connection to Cabrini Green. Burke warns Anthony about the consequences of getting too involved with the legend, but Anthony is determined to use the story as inspiration for his art. Anthony's art exhibition, featuring works based on the Candyman legend, becomes a success, but as the exhibition progresses, supernatural events begin to intensify. Anthony begins to experience strange injuries on his body resembling the injuries suffered by Candyman in the original story. Anthony delves further into the story of Candyman and discovers a disturbing truth about his identity and connection to the legend. His obsession leads him down a dark and dangerous path, blurring the lines between reality and fantasy. Candyman exerts a growing influence over him, transforming him into a modern incarnation of the myth. Anthony experiences supernatural events that make him question his sanity and identity. The relationship between Anthony and Brianna becomes strained due to Anthony's obsession with Candyman, worrying Brianna about his mental health and safety. As supernatural events escalate, Brianna questions Anthony's sanity, worsening their relationship. Brianna struggles to understand and support Anthony, who, convinced of his connection to Candyman, acts erratically and violently, increasing everyone's concern. Candyman's presence becomes more tangible for Anthony, who experiences vivid and terrifying hallucinations that plunge him into paranoia and despair. Driven by a dark force, he follows in Candyman's footsteps, becoming a terrifying figure in Cabrini Green. The story culminates in a crescendo of horror and violence, with Anthony losing his identity and transforming into a modern version of Candyman. His violent confrontation with the police leads him to fully assume his identity as Candyman, unleashing a wave of terror in the community and trapping him in a terrifying fate. Brianna, after an intense and desperate struggle to save Anthony from his dark fate as Candyman, manages to find a way to stop him. However, this act triggers a series of events that reveal the true nature of Candyman and his connection to those who have been victims of injustice in Cabrini Green. The truth about Candyman is revealed as a symbol of the anger of the oppressed. The film culminates in an emotional scene honoring the victims of injustice in Cabrini Green. The community is divided between seeing Candyman as a hero or a threat, while Anthony seeks redemption after freeing himself from his influence. Brianna morally struggles to reconcile her role in the community's tragedy, confronting her beliefs and prejudices as she seeks the truth about Candyman. The film culminates in Anthony, freed from Candyman's influence, facing those who seek to exploit his story. In a brave act, Anthony chooses to confront his past, marking a crucial change in the history of Cabrini Green and the legend of Candyman. Ultimately, Candyman offers a powerful and thoughtful conclusion about the nature of collective memory, justice, and redemption. Through the lens of horror, the film sheds light on the social and political realities affecting marginalized communities and the struggles they face to find justice and dignity. And so concludes the shocking story of Candyman. We hope you have enjoyed this suspenseful journey full of unexpected twists and shocking revelations. Don't miss our next installment, where we will explore more fascinating stories. Until then, mystery lovers, kisses on your tails.